Don't know whether to keep this hat on or not, because apparently I look like Skinny Pete off Breaking Bad.
Hey, you join us today and we're going to be talking about bands. Bands we've played with over the years, 3 of the best.
3 of the best bands you need to check out right this instant.
Here we go.
After this video.
Double finger click.
If you're into, new music in the UK, you'll probably know, but people a bit further afield might not know these guys. They kind of fall into sort of the same bracket as we do, that same niche. Number 1.
Yes.
We'll go back with these guys a long way. Long way.
Goddamn
Long ass way. Skam.
Skam.
Leicester's finest.
We have played some gigs with Skam over the years. Crikey.
Yeah, go back a long way with these boys.
A long time. I don't think we've been going very long. And I remember reading about them in Classic Rock magazine. I think we had a feature in Classic Rock magazine. Tell Me No Lies was a track, I'm sure, on a free CD, and I've always listened to those Classic Rock CDs, and I listened to this CD, and that track really did stand out on that CD, and I was like, this song's kicking ass, they're in the magazines, I'm thinking...
Yeah, they're doing the business.
They're doing the business,
yeah. No Lies was the first track I heard and all. It was real great riff, real driving, 3-piece kind of vibe going on. Cross paths with these lads so many times.
Yeah.
But I remember the very first time we ever met them, we were doing a gig at a small festival in Lesmahago.
What did they call that festival?
Lesfest. But it was a great little festival, and it was our entry into Scotland. Really, we'd never been there before, so that was amazing. We were playing cricket. I'm sure we had like a little sort of like in the artist camping spot.
The car park around the back.
Yeah, that was it. And we had a thing at the time where we took like a little cricket set everywhere.
It was Alex's icebreaker, wasn't it? He used to take this cricket set everywhere because you wanted to start talking to people. You just fire up a game of cricket, and he was convinced that everybody loves a game of cricket and people will just join in. And they did. People just join in, don't they?
Yeah, we'd end up with these mammoth like cricket sessions with like 200 people involved. So yeah, and I remember them playing. I think they were anyway. I'm sure they.
I remember us driving down the twisty roads to Lesmahago and seeing the blue Skam van in front of us, and obviously that I'd read about them in the magazines, and I'm like, that's a band, Skam, yeah.
And so we sort of got a good crack with them there. Realised that we're very similar personality-wise to those guys.
Boring.
Didn't mean to put them down there when I said that, but we got on very well, is what I meant to say. Did some more gigs. I remember one memorable gig we supported them. It was a Leicester show of theirs.
Yeah.
And we set off in good time for once for us back in those days.
About 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, we set off in good time.
Like a Friday afternoon, finish work early, didn't we?
And we were due on stage maybe 8ish or something, and we no exaggeration, we got there probably about 5 to 8, and it was literally just all hands on deck, throw the stuff on stage, straight out the van, everyone dying for a piss.
It was horrendous.
Just straight on stage. Yeah.
We were on the phone to them. We must have got half an hour away going over some fells or something, and we're like, is it even worth it? There is no point carrying on if we're going to push their show right back.
Yeah.
One of the hardest working bands on the scene. There's absolutely no doubt about it. We've been asked in interviews about the lockdown, what have you been doing during the lockdown, and we've said you've got to keep busy or you can't lose any momentum and all that. But Skam were like the first band. As soon as the lockdown was announced, they had an online gig.
Yeah, live streams and things.
Live streams going. And it was like it's been every single week, hasn't it?
Yeah, good quality as well.
Yeah, and they have learning songs. They've done weeks where they've learned other band songs. They've done weeks where they've learned covers. They've done their albums in their entirety. They've done all their odds and ends songs, B-sides and stuff. They must just like work. They must just have been flat out at it.
I remember talking to Matt. We were playing in Leicester with Ginger Wildheart, and Matt, bassist from Skam, came down. I was having a crack with him, and he was telling me about the idea for their then next album at the time, which we were about to go and do, and he was telling me it's a concept album about a time-travelling World War II fighter pilot. Just the idea of a concept album, and at the time he wasn't sure of whether they wanted to go for it or not. And I was like,
"It's a bold move, isn't it?
That's awesome. Do that. Go for that."
It's a bold move. It's a brave move when you're trying to establish yourself as a band at our level. You're trying to write hits. You're trying to write standout tracks, aren't you? To come away from that and to write a concept album.
Yep.
Is a very, very brave move, and it's arguably been their most successful.
Yeah, it's a great album
today. I think
The Amazing Memoirs of Jeffrey Goddard. So go check that out.
Everything to do with it was great. The merch, the videos, the songs. The touring they did, everything just looked great.
Yeah, they really packaged the whole thing really well.
We were a man down at Steelhouse one year, and Steve very kindly offered his services and was a guitar tech for us at Steelhouse, wasn't he? Nicest guys.
Kind of guys they are really. Skam.
Check them out. 1, 2. Tell me no lies. Tell me no lies. How we ever made it this far. What do you say when I'm looking at you? That we ever made it this far. Or something like that. I think I might have cocked the words up, I'm not sure. Freeform Skam.
They do it much better than we do.
Band number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah. Irish band. We've not played for a long time in Ireland, and we did have a tour booked there, but unfortunately, due to the current circumstances, we had to postpone that. But we will be back. But they have got one of the best rocking scenes over there. Some great bands: Trucker Die Blow, Gasoline Outlaws, Storm Zone. A band that we really get on with well and have played with a lot is the band called the Screaming Eagles. Probably unbroadcastable. Some of the nights we've shared with those guys, to be honest.
Proper lads. They really sound hilarious.
They're absolutely hilarious. Yeah, we played a great tour years ago, an academy tour, and the lineup. I know it had Skam on it and Chase the Ace and Pig Iron for the first 3 dates, and then the second 3 dates was just us, Trucker, and Screaming Eagles, wasn't it? They were a great laugh. Screaming Eagles, what a band! Again, another band. I first heard them on the Classic Rock CD.
I remember the first time I ever saw them. It was we did a competition called the Highway to Hell, and the winners of this got to go and play on the main stage at the Hard Rock Hell Festival in the UK, and that was we won it in 2012, was it? I think.
Yeah, you got a good
we won it back in the day during the war.
Back in the day.
We won it then, and we didn't win it actually. No, we just won a slot.
Idle Dead won it.
Stage. Yeah, the Idle Dead won it. Yeah,
we came about third, I think.
Yeah, we didn't win it. Yeah,
we won one of the prizes, didn't we?
Bastards. We were at the special guest the following year's Highway to Hell thing.
Yeah.
Like a sort of someone who did well at the previous year gets to come and play again. And I remember walking into that venue in Glasgow. Classic Grand, it's a great venue. Screaming Eagles were on stage playing. I remember just standing there going...
I think they were first on, I think. And I just thought, follow that.
Incredible. Just blew you away with power. Chris Fry's vocals are just insane. The songs, I think that's what it boils down to. They just write absolutely killer tunes.
They do that. They do the AC/DC style of thing, but they do it really, really well, and they do it their own way. They're a brilliant band.
They got that pub, and I don't mean that detrimentally at all. I mean they got that boogie pub rock thing going on. You know, Georgia Satellites.
They just don't bore you. You just feel compelled at a Screaming Eagles gig to watch. I could stand and watch a whole set. It's just entertainment. He's great banter and he's a great frontman. They're a great band. They're a great band.
Like the Buckfast.
And he likes his Buckfast, yeah.
I think it was that tour. There was a few dates that Ryan, the bass player, couldn't do because his baby was premature, so he had to stay at home or fly home to get that sorted. And last minute, they asked if any of us could help, and I think Bowser at the time didn't have the time to learn the tracks. So I said, I could play a bit of bass. I'll step in, and I did that. So
how can it be? It's only 4 strings.
Yeah, I thought I had a piece of piss. So I learned, and I did a couple of their dates on bass. So straight after we played, and then straight on the bass for those guys, or vice versa. I can't remember. We'd go quite a way back with those guys, but they're just amazing. And they got some really good. They got some good results. They got. Some TV shows in America picked them up. Their music is it's like action movie kind of.
It's instant, isn't it? The video for
Rock and Roll Soul
is it's just one of the best videos. Yeah, honestly, it's a fantastic video. Yeah. It's just hilarious. I haven't seen them for ages.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, we miss them guys. Miss doing gigs with them.
You came to save my soul. Something like that.
Awesome. Band number 3.
Band number 3.
Ooh, you slag.
Can you guess who it is?
Can we say that?
I don't know. Probably not. A band I've only recently played with, one of the last tours we did anyway, Towers of London.
Bit of background: we were invited onto this to support the Wild Hearts on this tour. That they just done this album, this Renaissance Man album. It was absolutely killer.
Yeah,
it was quite a big tour, and
I think it was the first. Was it the first full tour with Danny?
Yeah, that was it. The first full tour with like the classic Wild Hearts lineup back, and they'd very very kindly asked us to be coming to play before them, and then it was like the Towers are going to be on as well, and it was like
right,
didn't know what to expect.
Didn't know what to expect. What's this going to be like? The guys back in the day, they were maniacs. They had a reputation. They've carried it with them a little bit, really, and that's all I know about them. So I was like, this could be messy. This is either going to be messy, fun, or messy, a complete disaster.
Just messy.
Or or what, I didn't know what was going to happen. But
messy.
That kind of made it exciting. Yeah.
So we were like, okay,
makes sense, doesn't it?
We went in totally open minded. We expected the best of these guys. You always do. It's the kind of people that we are. Anyway, it was just clear from day one that they were
we had a mutual friend,
guys.
Anyway, Neil. He was guitar teching for us and stage managing, and he's good friends with the guys anyway. He's worked with them for years and assured us everything will be cool, And like day one, just the first minute, it was just like, it's kind of like you'd known him for a long time anyway. We kind of had known Paul, the Rev. Yeah. He's from around where we live anyway, so we were aware of him and seen him in other bands when he was a lot younger.
Yeah, I remember watching him play I remember him playing at my school. This is the Rev, and I remember watching him in the band he was in at the time called the Bottlenecks, and he could have only been 17, 18 at the time. I was like 13, 14. I remember just thinking, oh my God, that guy's he's a rock star, real rock star. It was obviously going to go on to do things in music, and the energy they brought to it. And what surprised me, because like you said, being honest, I hadn't really given them the actual music that much time, not since it actually came out, and
Well, their reputation and all that. All that cartoon character stuff went before the music, sadly, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, and also getting to know the guys. They had, Donnie and Frankie had some quite frank discussions, didn't they, about how they were treated back then, and it just shines a new light onto that side of those guys.
They were fall guys for this thing, trying to put out their music, and then new music is great. The new songs are great. They played a lot of new songs on the tour, and for me, they were the standout tracks of everything they played. It didn't strike me as they played it from the heart. They were passionate when they played it. There's no posing. Yeah, they're great to see. Bit high energy. That's what they're all about, isn't it?
Yeah, they got a great look. I know that on that tour they came out and they were all wearing boiler suits.
I remember in Manchester, they came into the back into the dressing room, and I don't know. I got the impression nobody knew they were going to be wearing blue boiler suits.
Yeah.
And one of them, was it Paul or one of them, pulled out this bag like some sort of like fucking Del Boy, and it got this, opened it up and went and just chucked these, and they're like, what are these? Yeah. What, I'm wearing this. What's this? Boiler suits. We're going with boiler suits. Yeah. And they wore them, and it looked ace.
Yeah, it did.
Oddly.
It looked really good.
I think Rev had a Union Jack on his pin to the back of his boiler suit.
Effortlessly cool,
Yeah,
they're annoyingly so.
Yeah. They are very cool guys, yeah. In fact, in Newcastle, one final story, we invaded the stage, didn't we, at Newcastle? Was that for Amarat? In our underpants?
No, that was...
Fuck it up.
It was, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poetry.
Yeah. I remember running out on stage, they all started laughing hilariously, started leaping around. We thought it was brilliant. We looked out in the crowd and everybody's like this.
That was a heavy tour, that. And by the end of it, we were just like on the dregs. I'd never felt like that on any tour before. Yeah, we thought it'd be a good idea to stage invade in our undies. And they did the same thing, didn't they,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't think anybody knew what the hell was going on, did they?
No.
Probably not a famous moment, but there you go.
All good fun.
All the funny.
Ready?
1, 2, 3. I'm a rat. 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 Tell me how to like that.
How do you turn into Mick Jagger?
I had no idea. He's my go-to Cockney.
I know, yeah.
Right. How do you like that?
But yeah, so there's 3 bands.
Scam,
Screaming Eagles, Towers of London. Please, go.
When all this crazy crap's over and they're touring, just go and see them. Everybody, all of them, they're all worth your money. No doubt about it.
Absolutely. So head over to Wagons World now. If you remember, we're going to talk about a few more bands from back in the day, a few more old war stories, etc. Head over there now. Again, it's unscripted and unplanned, so see what happens.
Best way, innit?
It is the best way. Right, see you next time.